In Australia, it's the most redneck country on earth. We smash in the meat.
Your job is to get something done. Sometimes it's by taking somebody out and giving them a beating.
500,000 vets got PTSD in Vietnam, yet hundreds of thousands of them are ineligible for treatment, which raises a fascinating question. What the f?
Because this is who we are. We are the most compassionate nation on earth.
And the third one.
Even though nearly all Waldo County towns held caucuses on February 4th, here's how most of Waldo County's votes. Look, certain residents in 3 of Maine's counties are being treated right now as if they do not exist.
On every occasion, the votes that were lost were Ron Paul votes. In one case, the votes were actually transferred from paper to electronics, and the lady doing the transfer was a Mitt Romney person.
There have been too many times that they have done things like this, and they have been found innocent. But it just so happens that somebody videotaped it, and there was no excuse anybody could have given.
One police officer who was suing a college. So one of the questions for screening potential juries was, do you have any problems with the police? Have you ever been arrested before? And if you have, you're out. There won't be anyone on the jury who's biased in any way like that. So imagine the jury selection. They'd be asking a bunch of people, do you have any vegans in your family? Are you a vegan? Do you have any problems with vegans? Have you ever had a vegan come up to you on the street? So in short, there would end up not being any vegans on the jury, or vegetarians. And so all you're going to be left with is people who eat meat. Do you think you'd be fair to these two characters over here who eat a vegan diet and preach it on the internet? Oh, sure.
There's only so much I can say, and something I do need to say is...
She said something, and so she was sued. For her own opinion, something she said, she was dragged into court, intimidated, and then sent home with a message she was forced to read on her channel instead of her own opinion.
Something I do need to say is I have resolved matters with Itzine's, Pierce and Bikini Body. I acknowledge that Itzine's, Pierce and Bikini Body legitimately issued the proceedings. I have never intended to convey to the public that Itzine's, Pierce or Bikini Body intentionally set out to harm the public.
She had to read that. Forced to put bullshit on her channel.
In Australia, it's the most redneck country on earth.
Because this is who we are.
His case, in my judgment, is a case study in what's wrong with our system. He was convicted because he's poor. We have a system that treats you better if you're rich and guilty than if you're poor and innocent, and his case proves it. We have a system that doesn't do the right thing when the right thing is apparent.
Gonna be in front of Sycamore High School. I just had a vehicle try to ram me. I'm headed.
He's lying. That didn't happen, and you can hear the hostility and anger in his voice. He's not just doing his job. This is actual vigilantism by the law, our government. Now this probably represents each squad car. That one rams him, then the third one. The car had to be stopped for him to get on the hood, and there was no longer a threat. That's murder. What is much more disturbing, besides alone not, is every comment here. I'm 47 now, and I keep up with this kind of stuff. I watch the news and YouTube here. And I've never seen anything like this. Keep in mind here, this is a different case.
Be chased. Prosecutors have said the threat to officers' lives was over when Braylow jumped from a police cruiser onto the hood of a beat-up Chevy Malibu to fire down into the...
Ron Paul, what's so dangerous about him? He wants a return to the Constitution. We've drifted so far from him that a return to those principles would indeed mean substantive change to the government. The only danger Ron Paul represents is to the establishment that fears its own loss of power. We've drifted so far, drowned so deep in debt, lost so many of our rights, fought so many fruitless wars, that if we don't rock the boat now, we may end up sinking.
My cause has been the cause of liberty.